All right, let's turn things over to our meteorologist Vianey Arana. We've had the storm push through. What can we expect for the rest of the week?
Well, we've got, some scattered activity through tonight, but then things are going to get better. We're going to get some clearing, a little bit of sunshine. Our temperatures today were below average because of that cold front that swept through, and we're going to start to see the temperatures increase just a bit. But we are always looking ahead, and I do have when the next rain chance rolls through. But first, let's take a look in downtown San Jose. Those gorgeous clouds, enough to still bring some scattered activity. You could see just enough drizzles to still come down on your windshield using our mobile Doppler radar. Storm Ranger, we've got some activity just to our south and of course to our north. If we zoom this out, I can show you on satellite, we've still got some instability off the coast, but a lot of that's pushing now further to the east. Also, we've got some dusting of snow for the Sierra. So if the Sierra, Lake Tahoe was a part of your plans, there's still gusty winds, especially for those higher elevation areas. As far as how much rain we got from this storm, just as we had forecasted, this was not expected to be a huge rainmaker, mostly a couple hundredths of an inch. A lot of this beneficial rain for the area, which helps keep any concerns of wildfire danger down. But it was a major wind event for the North Bay. Now we're still seeing some gusty winds exactly in those same areas up through Santa Rosa, Calistoga, everywhere else though south of the Golden Gate Bridge. We are seeing those winds starting to decrease, with the exception of a couple of spots around the mountain areas in Los Gatos. Now for the next couple of hours, we'll keep the clouds around. Also could catch some of that morning fog as well. And I want to kind of point out, heading into Thursday night, there is a second system that is further to our north that could still bring some chances for some showers, but that's really far up. We're talking Ukiah, Clear Lake. For the rest of us here, by tomorrow, we'll get a little bit more sunshine out there. We're also looking at those seasonal tides paired with that cold front. We're going to keep this flood advisory around, not just for today, but all the way through Saturday. This essentially means we could see some localized flooding for those low-lying areas. So think the parking lots around the water that could bring hazardous conditions. If you have plans to head to the coast at any point through the next 24 to 36 hours up until Thursday, there is going to remain a long period of that swell as that system continues to move through for the entire coastline, bringing an intensity in those rip currents and those sneaker waves. We could see some breakers upwards of 14 to 19 feet. So never turn your back to the ocean. As far as those temperatures, definitely below seasonal. I mean, right now we're only in the 50s and 60s. You likely felt the cool down. This was associated with that cold front that kind of moved through just as we had expected really early in the morning. Majority of the intensity is now out, but I talked about the long range outlook, and I want to show you what we're looking at right now into next Wednesday, leading into the next weekend forecast. We are lining up right now with the potential of what could be another storm system, and that one could once again bring us more rain, and of course we're always looking out for that wind and possibly more Sierra snow. So let's take a look at the inland 7-day forecast. We'll get those temperatures back up into the 70s by the time that we get to your Thursday forecast. A lot more sunshine, especially inland. Likely we'll wake up with some of that fog around the coastline for San Francisco, and then we're going to keep the cloudiness around with the fog in through the weekend, but we're monitoring that next storm heading into Wednesday. But it was quick, and now it is making its way out.
Yep, we need those little days of rest in between. All right,
Exactly.
thank you very much.